Hey, welcome to the show.
Yeah, I'm in the show. Greg, I brought some instruction from you about the CCA organization.
Thank you. Yeah, we poured water all over the guest list. So, Enric, there's a lot to talk about with the digital. I think what's most important that I didn't realize is that you were the contractor for Villeneuve's.
That's a good point, yeah. If you send your drawings to the builder, then the builder to the structure guy, then the guy to the skin developer, then the guy to the bricks, then the guy to the machine, then the guy, what do you get? You get something like a lost in translation design. Do I get one of these?
Filling it up right now. No, that's mine.
Oh, sure.
No, you don't want to drink what's in that.
So you get something that is not, so at the end, finally, we were sending our files to the machines directly. So it was our job to design it, but at the same time to plot it. And sometimes there were some Saturday mornings the machines were not being used. So we were using these moments and sending files, like instead of emails, but files, And then you get what you get. And then the client gets 100% of what you deliver, not a lost in translation thing.
Yep, and that goes for the steel structure, for all aspects of the building. You were coordinating all that.
Yeah, that goes to because if you do have quite a good conversation with your clients, you do have quite a good relationship with them, the dialogue builds this. People think that I'm crazy and I did this, but I didn't do it. So it happened as a conversation with them. Then we were finding and trying to find some builder who could understand this conversation, and there isn't. Mm-hmm. So at the end, you had to map all these machines, tools, technologies to build this dream, this complex dream.
Would you do it again?
I will do it again.
Yeah. So you'd be happy to get rid of the middleman?
No, they have to be on board because these machines belong to people,
yeah.
But you have to stress, for example, the carpenter didn't know what he was doing. That was his power. Mm-hmm. If he would have known what he was doing, then he would have sent us an email. Then we would have a meeting. Then I would have to start to convince him, and then the lost in translation moves again. So rather have people operating aligned with you, yes, but without much understanding, it's a kind of a bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And for you, the projections of apertures, I mean, it seems like the design process extended also for you. There was a benefit that you could continue designing longer, let's say, because you were in that role. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. A strategy means normally when you do a design and then you wait that the output happens at the end, then you wait 4 or 5 years to get there. As a stage designer, what we learn from theater is that the output should be now, quickly. Mm-hmm. So we were doing like, okay, let's do the woodwork, and it has to be successful. It has to produce an added value in 3 months from now. And then another peak. So instead of a graphic that added value shows up at the end, rather do steps by step, layers by layers. And then we were wrapping up like the ceramic, the steel, and every time we were like freezing and stopping for a second. Okay, it works, it's beautiful. And then when you have this kind of balance, you have to introduce some artist that breaks the balance again. So we were doing this layers and layers. So artists, beautiful, then get an artist. Artists are very chaos and it's great. They break it, another mess. Let's organize the mess. Mm-hmm. So I still do it. All projects are done this way. And of course, the Villeneuve was the first one. That's true. Yep. And all the patents are produced there. And so it's
so you're producing patents along the way as you're inventing processes, like construction techniques, or?
Yeah, processes, not materials, because a material should be shared, but then the process, yes, because, like in the past, you had no time to send the materials to the Ministry of Industry in Madrid. It was centralized, it was very expensive, 30,000 euros. You were sending that 3 months later. So is it a new material? Do we have some information from you guys? And then they were sending, yes, we got the sample. Guys, time. But today, you can do research with private companies, and in 2 weeks' time, with 3,000 euros, you have already data. You have already if it is new or if it is not. So this now allows us that during the time of the construction, you can and you must, and we all have to, in terms of responsibility, we all have to produce innovation. It's 0.03% of our budget, so it is a must.
Now,
this is where we are, I think, more or less.
To jump a little bit, I know you are very hungry to visualize all data you can visualize. And I'm curious about the scale of it, because it seems like something happens in Barcelona as a smart city, and something happens in Barcelona in its thinking about energy and transportation and everything. Do you see something unique to your context that brings you this hunger for data?
Well, yeah. The first of all, to say that somehow we are the kids out of the generation of the Olympic Games architects. You know, they ask me, where do you get all this energy? Well, you know, we were with Enric Ruiz at the school in Barcelona, we were with Iago Conde, with Ferraté, Villaplana, all these architects that did this dream, this Olympic dream in '92, were giving us a lot of energy, a lot of ideas, right? Yeah. A lot of inception, you know, like. So yeah, we had in 2 years' time, we had these great guys, and then, yeah, Barcelona is an ecosystem when it operates aligned. I am very much of a socialist architect. The socialist government introduced this 22 arroba district. Metapolis was a platform to push that extremely. The way you are now changing this format to a talk show format, Metapolis was in 2002 launching this new format, so architecture had to have another platform, so I'm very supportive with this. So the ecosystem now with Vicente Guayar, with Willy Muller, with IAC, all this Fab Lab agenda, it's quite happening. It's I'm not doing marketing, okay?
No, but I think it's very...
I'm answering the question, you guys?
And your link with MIT was also fairly significant.
Yeah. Neil Hersenfield, and that was 2002, and yeah, it's the network. We are in this liquid, I mean, we have so many stories about Vilanur being there on site, and then someone knocking the door saying, I'm a student at Columbia, I'm a PhD, I just got a master's degree, I need to come to see Vilanur on site, I'm here to work 6 months. Who are you? What is Columbia University? You know, like back in 2003, you know? Yeah. So we were being watched by this reality, right? So everything is linked, and I do believe that is happening, yeah.
And in terms of, let's say, digital uptake, when did this all start to happen? I mean, I think Enric Ruiz, it's funny, a lot of people will always say, I got excited about curves in the computer because of Enric Ruiz.
Yeah.
But if there was ever someone who would hate a computer, it would have been Enric Ruiz.
No, that's true. I follow you. But imagine, he was coming to the studio with a croissant, and he was saying, cut the croissant and do sections. Now I am doing El Bulli Foundation with Ferran Adrià, so now I know that food and architecture can really do something together. But on that time, 94, so we were like, yeah, the croissant, yeah. Yeah, okay, you know, like, what about the construction section and details and materials and the program square meters cost? And then immediately his answer was, it's a building. So yeah, a croissant is a building, you know, that's what happens. We got too many drugs, you know.
But so you think that's what prepped you for the digital?
Well, I moved to MSU, to Mississippi State University. I saw the virtual reality labs there, and it triggered me. I was with Bob Wilson doing theater. It was quite a moment of performance. I am in digital because architecture is time. So I think that was I think we don't have more time. So
that's it? They say time in a talk show, and we got to switch. Okay.
I'm gonna do a selfie.
Well, thanks, Enric. We're going to do a selfie?
Yeah, sure. Another one, good. Okay,
now
with the crowd.
Now you're doing self-promotion.
No. Okay. So this is the Greg Lynn Show with Greg Lynn, produced by the CCA. My name is Enric Ruiz Geli from Barcelona. Thanks for watching.